It's time for some carbon-based gaming.
Baldur's Gate 3. Top 10 tips for new and old players. Number 1. You need a balanced party. A balanced party consists of characters and classes that will complement each other's skills both in and out of combat. A balanced party provides you with a greater variety of ways that you can handle combat encounters. A balanced party also makes it easier for you to overcome different challenges that may present itself during your gameplay. These challenges can be as simple as unlocking a chest or as complicated as talking your way out of the most difficult confrontations. On higher difficulty settings, such as Tactician or Honor mode, I suggest that you add to your party a healer, a mage, a frontline melee attacker, and a ranged weapon attacker. Healers include bards, clerics, druids, and paladins. Mages include bards, clerics, druids, sorcerers, warlocks, and wizards. Melee attackers include barbarians, fighters, monks, paladins, rangers, rogues, and even some cleric subclasses. Ranged weapon attackers include fighters, rangers, and rogues. Please note that these categories are according to my own experience playing the game, and could differ from your own views of where each class could be categorized. Most of the classes and their respective subclasses can cast spells using their spell slots, and can also use scrolls to cast spells. Number 2. Protect each other. A melee attacker will always run towards one of your party members to land an attack. You need to protect that party member. Your mage can cast a spell to either land damage to the attacker or to immobilize them. Your ranged attacker can deal damage from a distance while staying out of harm's way. Your healer can heal an injured or downed party member if they are within healing range. Ranged attackers will always try to run away from you to gain a better advantage on their attack from a distance. Position any of your party members directly next to the ranged attacker so that you can land an opportunity attack when they try to run away. Remember to always be in melee mode before you end your turn. In doing so, you can attempt opportunity attacks. When combat occurs in confined spaces, try to position your characters next to each other around enemies while in melee mode. This is especially useful for characters with the Mage Slayer, Sentinel, and Warcaster feats. It is possible to land considerable damage to an enemy if they try to run away, because each party member positioned next to them will make an opportunity attack. This strategy is even more effective if you have the Cull the Weak Illithid power. Number 3. Remember your alchemy. A very cool feature of Baldur's Gate 3 is the alchemy crafting mechanic. A lot of players simply forget about this game mechanic. You can use this game mechanic to craft potions, elixirs, grenades, and weapon coatings. The crafting components and recipes are found throughout the game world. Some components can be bought from vendors, and others can be found in the wilderness and in containers such as crates and barrels, on slain creatures, and even in the Underdark. The alchemy pouch can be found in your inventory. Press the letter H on your keyboard or the R2 main radial menu on your PlayStation 5 remote to open your alchemy crafting screen. Click on Extract All Ingredients, then select the item you wish to craft and click on Craft Item. Note that your characters can only benefit from one elixir at a time. Drinking a different elixir will cancel the effects of the current elixir. Some potions, such as Potion of Animal Speaking, last until your next long rest, while others, such as Potion of Invisibility, only last for a couple of turns. Some magical weapons, such as the Everburn Blade, cannot be coated. Number 4. Don't lose the Noble Stalk. There is a quest in Act 1 where you must find the husband of the merchant Derith in the Underdark. You will discover that her husband is looking for Noble Stalk in a field of Bibberbang mushrooms. Bibberbang mushrooms are extremely volatile and can erupt when near a creature. Bibberbang mushrooms release poisonous spores which can cause poison damage to your character. Bibberbang spores are also highly flammable and will burn when in contact with fire. Noble Stalk is an extremely rare consumable quest item with healing properties and the ability to restore memories. Noble Stalk also removes all conditions that negatively affect a creature. Fire will destroy the Noble Stalk, so don't be careless when collecting it in the Bibberbang field. It is the only fully intact Noble Stalk that you can find in the entire game. The only other noble stalk that you can find is a piece of noble stalk in Act 3. The noble stalk found in the Underdark can be used to restore the memories of 2 origin characters, but I'll leave it up to you to discover who. You also have the option of giving the noble stalk to Dereth. In doing so, noble stalk will become available to purchase at the Bone Cloak's apothecary in the lower city of Baldur's Gate. These, however, will not restore memories. Number 5. Don't neglect your summons. A lot of new players are not aware that some of their summoned creatures can drink potions and elixirs. For example, your dog, Scratch, can drink a health potion if he is injured, and he can drink a potion of Featherfall or potion of Glorious Vaulting. Scratch can also drink elixirs such as Elixir of Barkskin, Elixir of Hill Giant Strength, Elixir of Fire Resistance, and many more. You should note that your undead summons can drink potions, except for healing potions. The Intellect Devourer, Us, has no mouth and thus cannot drink any potions or elixirs. Number 6. Don't neglect your allies. Councillor Floric, Dame Aelin, Hope, Prince Orpheus and the Emperor can use spell scrolls, drink potions and elixirs, and consume noble stalk. Keep an eye on their health and use their bonus actions to drink a health potion, or just throw one at them. These allies are crucial to the game's storylines and can turn the tide in a fight. You cannot transfer any items to their inventories, but you are able to let them access items directly from one of your party members' inventories. You will have to drop a throwable item, such as a grenade or spear on the ground if you want the ally throw it. Temporary allies like Sovereign Glut cannot cast spells or equip weapons. Number 7. Go berry picking. During your adventures, you may come across raspberry bushes. You can find them in the wilderness in Act 1, on your way to the Rosimorn Monastery, and various areas in Act 3. The raspberries are consumables and restore 1d4 hit points. The best thing about these berries is that they can be repeatedly consumed during combat, without using an action or bonus action. You can also find suspicious meat in the dungeons in the Fallen Temple of Saloon in Act 1 that restores 4d4 hit points. The suspicious meat can also be consumed without using an action or bonus action. There are other consumables that function similarly, but I will leave that for you to discover. Number 8. Performance is key. Performance is a charisma-based skill. I suggest that you learn how to play a musical instrument if you are not a bard and if you have high charisma. You can do so in 2 ways. You can learn from Alfira, the Tiefling Bard in the Druid's Grove, in Act 1. You must choose your dialogue carefully and pass a few performance checks before you gain musical instrument proficiency. You can also gain musical instrument proficiency by choosing the performer feat. Playing an instrument will immediately attract the attention of people within earshot. Crowds will gather around you. Not only will you earn a few gold pieces, but you will also distract people long enough for the rest of your party to sneak past them, do something illegal, or to escape from danger. Entertaining the crowds is as useful as casting the minor illusion cantrip. Number 9. Always have an escape plan. This is especially important if you are playing in honor mode. You might find yourself in a combat encounter with a no-win scenario. Escaping a no-win scenario can be as easy as taking a potion of invisibility, casting Misty Step to teleport away, or even shooting an arrow of transposition to put some distance between you and your enemies. You can also use a summoned creature to distract your enemies while you run away. Disengage or use Shocking Grasp before running away from an enemy to avoid taking damage from their opportunity attacks. There is no shame in fleeing combat. Remember that the game does give you the option to flee combat when you are a certain distance away from the closest enemy. Doing so will automatically send you to your camp. Enemies will pursue you when you try to flee combat, so slow them down by creating difficult terrain. You can also throw a grease bottle, cast Grease, or create an icy surface directly in their path to knock them prone. Number 10. Gather as many allies as you can. You can gather allies throughout the game to aid you in the final battle in the upper city of Baldur's Gate and against the Netherbrain. The following allies can be recruited: Arabella, Asterion, Auntie Ethel, Barcus, Baal, Councillor Floric, Dame Aelin, Dammon, Halsin, Isabel, Jahaira, Kithrak Voss, Loroican, Moll, Mizora, Nine Fingers Keen, Prince Orpheus, Proselyte of Maclumpa, Roland, Shadowheart, the Emperor, the Owlbear Cub, the Strange Ox, the Gentarim, Ulma, Ulda Ravengard, Valeria, Viconia Devere, Volo, Wulbren, Yurgir, Zana Tubin, and Zevlor. Note that it is impossible to recruit all the allies in a single playthrough. The choices that you make in the game will affect the storyline and determine which characters will become your allies. These allies can be summoned during combat and will cost you an action to do so.
If you enjoyed that video, please like and subscribe for more. Or consider checking out one of the related playlists on the channel.